welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the 12 books I really want to read in 2024, even knowing this is already February. But yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. So I've had a really good reading year so far, but I want to keep that going throughout the entire year. I'm finally motivated to come back to my channel, film videos, edit, get those scheduled, read, all the above. And this year is also turning out to be my audiobook era, so that's pretty exciting too. The first 9 books are going to be first in the series, and the last 3 are going to be books that are sequels. My cats cannot just lay down. Just lay down. Anyways, here we go. Did I tell you that these were in no particular order besides first in the series and sequels? I don't remember. Besides that, there is no order to this list. And this video is also kind of sort of masquerading as a 5-star prediction as well. So, you know, go into this video with whatever thought process you want, but here we go. The first book is Bonesmith by Nikki Powell-Cretto, and I'm so excited for this book. I really am. And truthfully, all I really know about this book or series, is it a series? I have no idea, or will it be? Because this is a relatively new book, is about this like world where there are bonesmiths. And I think if I remember correctly, they sever like the bodies from the ghosts or like the spirit or something. Is that right? I don't even know. In the Dominions, the dead linger, violent and unpredictable, unless a bonesmith severs the ghost from their earthly remains. Oh, that sounds fantastic. For bonesmith Ren, I'm assuming this is Ren, becoming a Valkyrie, a ghost-fighting warrior. I feel like I just made up that word. Valkyrie? Is that how a regular Valkyrie is spelled? I don't know. Onwards. But a ghost-fighting warrior, it's the chance to solidify her place in the noble house of Bone and impress her frequently absent father. But when sabotage causes Ren to fail her qualifying trial, she is banished to the border wall, the last line of defense against a wasteland called the Breach, where the vicious dead roam unchecked. Okay, this sounds fantastic. It sounds kind of brutal, and I'm kind of here for it. This one is not a new release. I haven't gotten to it, and I'm embarrassed. So I really want to read Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, and I'm really excited for this. I think this young girl, I think her mother either dies or goes missing. I can't remember. Which is it? Oh my gosh, is this a signed? Oh, it is signed. Okay, it's signed. I feel like this is an owl crate because I feel like they always send these. I don't know where it would say. Okay, but okay, where was I? After her mother dies. Yes, okay, dies, not goes missing, dies. I was right, okay. Bree wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems to be the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. Looks like she's gonna have some powers herself. Is this like a finding yourself story? Like coming into your power story? Yes! Okay. The next one, is this a first in a series? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. But I did buy this book from Margaret from The Word Nerd. She talks about this book and this series all the friggin' time. It's one of her favorite of all times, and I really just want to get to it. I did read The Merciful Crow. That is one I need to reread because it's been so long before I read The Faithless Hawk by Margaret Owen. But yeah, so I bought this without knowing what it was because she, you know, talked it up so much. So Vanja, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. Once upon a time, there was a horrible girl. Vanja Schmidt knows that no gift is freely given, not even a mother's love, and she's on the hook for one hell of a debt. Adopted daughter of Death and Fortune, was Princess Gazelle's dutiful servant up until a year ago. That was when Vanja's otherworldly mothers demanded a terrible price for their care, and Vanja decided to steal her future back by stealing Gazelle's life for herself. Interesting. She does sound like a horrible girl. Will I probably end up adoring her? Most likely, but here it is. Number 3 for learning how to count still is Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer, and I love this. Look at this. It's so pretty. Anyways, a kingdom divided by corruption, the king desperately holding it together, a girl willing to risk everything to bring it all crashing down. Another revolutionary? I hope so. So this kingdom is on the brink of disaster. Rifts between sectors have only worsened since the sickness began ravaging the land. And the only known cure, an elixir made from the moonflower petal, is severely limited. The king holds on to a tenuous peace with a ruthless hand. Oh, we love a ruthless king and his downfall. Out in the wild, apothecary apprentice Tessa, Cade, and her best friend Wes are tired of watching people suffer. They risk their lives every night to steal moonflower petals and distribute the elixir to those in need, but it's still not enough. Dun, dun, dun. Next, I got the special, okay, the sticker's still on here, I'm gonna have to work on that, but the special holiday edition of Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I haven't read this, and I just want to. It's all over BookTube, and yeah. Ooh. I know this is a dragon story. 20-year-old Violet was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now the commanding general, also known as her tough as talons mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre, dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away. Ooh, love it. With fewer dragons willing to bond with candidates, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter. Like Xaden, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. Ooh, I hope it's a romance between those two. I know there's a romance, I just don't know how, when, who it is with. I just see Violet everywhere, so yeah. But look how beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. Love it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm probably gonna get to it sometime before July. Probably, maybe, I hope so. Okay, next. This one, I am also embarrassed that I have not read it yet. I even bought special dust jackets just for it. I still have not read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. So I did buy this. So it came like this, and I bought this special dust jacket. Oh, it's gorgeous. But yeah, it's absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. I know this is inspired by the massacre of Nanking, where the Japanese during World War II went into China, pretty much like Nanking, because that's kind of like was an easy way in, I guess you can say, and basically massacred everyone. And it was very, very brutal. And I know this is kind of inspired by it. I did start it because I wanted to tab it, and then I don't know what happened. So I'm going to start it over, and I will keep tabbing it. I don't know if I like started a key somewhere. Usually I start it right in the beginning. Oh. Yes, the book is dedicated to Iris, who wrote a book, The Rape of Nanking, and it told basically the Chinese side of the story with witnesses and accounts, and she ended up actually committing suicide later on in her life. She got a lot of backlash for that book that she wrote, and it was, you know, it's heartbreaking, but yeah, I want to read it. I did one of my senior projects when I was in university about the massacre of Nanking, and it just seems like a book I really will like, and I have heard absolutely fantastic things about it. So here it is. And I bought this special dust jacket, and it deserves to be read. What can I say? And then we have A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. And let's see. Captured by the King of Darkness, she was forced to find the light within. Arwen never expected to be the brave one, offering her life to save her brothers, and now she's been taken prisoner by the most dangerous kingdom on the continent and made to use her rare magical abilities to heal the soldiers of the vicious Onyx King. Looks like she kind of teams up with a fellow prisoner, but this, I want to say, yeah, it looks like he is infuriating as he is cunning, and he seems to take twisted pleasure in playing on Arwen's deepest fears. That's just rude. That's just rude. But this cover is really pretty, so exclusive bonus materials. We love to see it. Then we have A Crown of Ivy in Class by Claire Legrand, and ooh, we love a good map, don't we? We sure do. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. But it's been a while since I bought this. Let's see. Lady Gemma Ashbourne seemingly has it all. She's young, gorgeous, and rich. Her family is also anointed by the gods, blessed with incredible abilities, but underneath, Gemma is deeply sad. Years ago, her sister Mara was taken to the Middle Mist to guard against treacherous magic. Her mother abandoned the family. Her father and eldest sister Farron, who's embroiled in the deadly blood feud with the mysterious Basque family, often forget she exists. Looks like out of her entire family, she's the only one that doesn't have any magic, and then she meets a handsome man. What a surprise. But yeah, I really want to read this. I did buy it not long after it came out, so it's on my list. And then we have The Daughters of Izdihar, I think, and this is by Hadir Elsbai. Probably butchering that, I apologize. This is about, I think, two different women, specifically, daughters, plural, And I think one is married off because of her father's debts to a man, and that man is in love with another woman. I think it's the other woman in here. One woman is a water weaver, so she can control water. She doesn't have much control over her water weaving powers because of the little education that she's gotten. And then the other one is an earth weaver and has uncontrollable power. So I hope these two come together, help each other out. Women empowerment, right? So yeah, I picked this up just on a whim a couple months ago, and it just sounds really good. And ever since I bought it, I keep thinking I should just pick that up. I really should. I should pick this up because it sounds fantastic. And it sounds a little bit like adult version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you can never go wrong with something like that. The last three are sequels that I really want to get to in 2024. The first one is Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb, and that goes to The Assassin's Apprentice, book 1, so I really need to read book 2. And book 1, or just the series in general, follows this young boy who I think is the bastard child of the king or past king, and then that king dies and he is like the last like legitimate heir, and so he's brought in, but he is grown up not a royal. He's despised by everyone he meets, and yeah, but he has affinity to animals, which if I remember correctly in book 1 is seen as like not a good thing. And yeah, so book 1 was really good. I really enjoyed it, and so I really want to get to book 2 because I hear that it starts picking up a little bit more, because I did feel like book 1 was a little long-winded, I guess you can say. Even though it's smaller, I'm hoping this one's a little bit faster paced, but we can only hope. And then I want to read Dark Harmony, which is book 3, if I'm not mistaken, of the Bargander series by Laura Thalsa. And book 1 is Rhapsodic, and I've talked about this book quite a bit, but it follows a young girl who, when she was younger, she goes through something very traumatic and she makes a deal with the bargainer. And then it kind of does like one of those like present to past, and kind of like it all like comes together. But it's what I would consider a very dark fantasy romance, because this young lady goes through way too much. No one should have to go through as much as she does. But I've really enjoyed book 1 and 2, and I really want to get to book 3 this year because I love myself a good dark fantasy romance. Who doesn't? And then the last one I really want to get to this year is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. And if I'm not mistaken, this is book 2. I hope, because I bought it expecting it to be book 2. But book 1 is Once Upon a Broken Heart. And this follows a young girl who is infatuated with a young man who then marries her stepsister. So I feel like it's kind of like a Cinderella kind of thing. And she makes a deal with someone who is not trustworthy in the least, and has kind of these different tasks. And I think it has something to do with some kissing. And yes, so there's curses, there is stepsisters, and someone who is not quite trustworthy, who just makes a bargain. But who are you gonna blame when you make a deal with an immortal who everyone says you can't trust and is just a horrible individual to bargain with, no matter what you want or how badly you want it? So of course things are gonna go awry, and that's why we have a series for those stupid characters that don't listen. So yeah, I need to read book 2 and just continue on with the series, because I really did like the first book. It was a little, what I considered a little mediocre, but I didn't hate it. And I am intrigued and want to go on. So there's that. But those are all 12 books that I really want to get to by the end of the year. Am I gonna do it? Maybe. I hope so. I'm going to keep the list to my 12 for 2024 and my recent 5-star predictions. I'm gonna keep that on my iPad when I'm doing all of my TBR planning and reference back to them, so I can actually make a dent on these, because I make videos like this and then I never go back to the books. So that's my fault. I can only blame myself, but I'm gonna try to fix that little issue that I have by utilizing my reading planner, because you need to do that every once in a while. Yes, those are all the books. Let me know if you have any thoughts and feelings you want to share about any of these books, and if any of these books are also on some of your TBRs that you also really want to get to. But yes, otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys all next time. I love. Bye.